CXXIII, TMG.
Well, there's one semi-final where Benzema scored twice.
I don't think that one.
He scored twice.
Was it that one? It might have been that one. No, when it all kicked off.
Yeah, that's a quarter final. That was a quarter final. That's when Buffon was in goal. Yeah, it was a quarter final.
Wow.
Fairs.
Not sure the stats.
Or was there one where it was like a last minute pen against Atletico? Or am I going mad? Was that a semi?
That was ages ago though.
That's what I mean. I can't remember, but
shout out to him anyway. Anyway, let's talk about a guy that also is in Saudi most of the time now. Look at that segue.
great segue. Wow.
Yeah,
fantastic segue.
He took away a guy as also in
Fantastic
Saudi.
segue.
Mr. Ngannou.
Yes.
The biggest star in UFC, would you say?
I mean, maybe not biggest star, but probably
How many most influential?
he's defo gonna have a legacy, like a very big legacy now. And I feel like a lot more people are gonna see what he's done and gonna follow suit.
But yeah, I see UFC. They're gonna disparage him because obviously he's.
100%. But that's what they're gonna do because
But
they've had a howler.
But the combat's world are gonna respect him.
Yeah, they've had a howler, letting him go and seeing what he's done now. They've had a big howler.
His story's getting told a lot more than it was before when it was
part of UFC.
UFC.
So breaking it down for us guys that don't know much about UFC, what caused him to leave UFC in the first place?
So essentially, he just wanted to get paid.
Okay.
He was heavyweight champ. No one was really beating him. The only fight that was really there for him was John Jones. John Jones was adamant about saying when he comes back to heavyweight, he wants to do it the right way. He wants to put on the mass naturally as opposed to doing like a big bulk and kind of. So that was like, he'd been talking about going up to heavyweight for like a year or two, basically. He's putting the mass on naturally and all that. Well, naturally, it's John Jones in it, so there's shaky going on. But
he's the UFC GOAT, right?
Well, yeah, it depends who you ask. To me, he probably is, but me, I'm not. If you do your juice, you do your juice.
His brother's got CT.
What?
John Bon Jones' brother's got CT.
I swear you can only get Wait, is his brother dead?
No,
you can only get diagnosed with CT if you're dead.
I'm pretty sure it's Chandler Jones. He's got CT.
A lot of men have them. It's like it's one. I think you can only actually get like officially diagnosed with it once you're dead.
Diagnose it by looking at you.
Yeah. But it's like to the eye, you've definitely got it, but you can't be like officially diagnosed until you're dead, which is crazy.
He got a tattoo of Jane Aiko's name on his arm. He got CT.
Who did that?
Chandler Jones. He's an American footballer.
Well, why is he tattooing her name?
Because he said that's his spiritual wife.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, he's definitely got it.
Yeah, he's got a sign.
But yeah, so essentially, he wanted to get paid, and with the whole pay structure in the UFC, you can, as a champion, you obviously make a lot of money, but he's like, fuck it, I want more. Mm-hmm. But Dana wouldn't give it to him. Dana was saying, what you're asking for is unrealistic, which realistically, is it? Probably not, but that's just the UFC model, innit? So he's left there. He's signed with PFL, who's called, I think it's like Professional Fight League or something. And basically they've come to him and gone, boom, we'll give you the Supermax, we'll give you all this money. He's technically part of something called like the Super Fight division, where he's literally only be fighting for big bread. He's going to be like he's part of like the PFL board. He's going to be a big part of PFL expanding into Africa, like real legacy stuff. But the big thing is that they've let him obviously branch out and do the boxing stuff as well, which is a big hindrance for guys in the UFC. They're not allowed to do that because they're technically they can't, because they're in the UFC.
They can't do it.
Yeah, it's a weird one because like with the UFC, they're not actually like UFC employees. They're independent contractors, but they still sign contracts and that. But I don't know, with the McGregor one was a bit of a weird one.
But Dana was supporting.
But that's because Dana was backing it, exactly.
Okay.
Like so if Dana can make his bread, then he'll do it.
All of these things, Dana's not backing.
No, exactly, no.
So this is one of the things I want to talk about. Doesn't Dana have links to Saudi Arabia as well? Like,
yeah, they fight out in Saudi. They've got during COVID, I think it was during COVID anyway. They used to go out to Abu Dhabi. They used to call that Fight Island. They used to fight out there.
Okay.
So there's ties out there, and obviously now UFC and what's it called? WWE.
Oh yeah, they're linked now.
They're part of the
by
same
ownership,
company called TKO. But that's all going a bit crazy now with what's come out about
Vince
McMahon. But that's a different.
Well, obviously,
that's a different.
this is
That's
a
a
sports
different
pod.
pod. Yeah,
This is a sports
that's
podcast.
a different pod.
Vince
But
McMahon is
there's-
engaging in unsportsmanlike
yeah,
stuff.
crazy stuff.
I
But
saw what he was saying.
yeah,
I
but
was just saying. Can I just say?
He's resigned though, so.
But he's still
But-
local. It's still a McMahon.
Big Vince.
there's ties with Saudi Arabia. How long those ties
What he
will
said,
last?
yeah,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
permitted in Saudi Arabia.
No. Yeah, no, definitely. But the WWE, the WWE, yeah, they've been going out to. They've got a relationship with Saudi, so they've been going out to Saudi like for the past like 3-4 years. What I can't remember where I've gone now. My head's gone.
Don't think about Vince.
No, I'm
TKO,
not. Yeah,
UFC been fighting out in Saudi
yeah.
Arabia.
So yeah, they could go Saudi. They go Saudi, but I've been trying to think about the best way to kind of word it. I think the fundamental issue is that boxing is boxing,
Yeah, and UFC is UFC.
but yeah, boxing is boxing. Like boxing is its own entity, and boxing is like it's under one big umbrella. The UFC is MMA, but MMA isn't UFC. Do you know what I mean? Because with boxing, obviously you got the different boards of council. You got like WBC, WBO, WBA, all those guys. With the UFC, you've just got the UFC, but then you've got different promotions around it. You've got PFL, you've got Bellator, you've got One Championship, you've got all these guys, yeah.
But UFC is the ultimate.
But UFC is the top one, but like with boxing, there's no limits on it.
Okay.
With the UFC, there's
a limit.
there's
So
a
you
lot
can't-
of limits
You can't be a
it's its
UFC
own it's its
fighter
own
and
like
then go and
revenue.
fight Bellator.
Like exactly, but this is the thing with PFL now. I think it's PFL. Like, don't hold me to this. I'm not an expert. These men might call me an expert. I'm not an expert.
He is, man.
think-
Don't listen